Hey guys, Blake here with Torque Boards. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to assemble your electric longboard trucks. For this specific tutorial, we will be using our 280mm Torque CNC trucks right here. Our 280mm CNC trucks have longer hangers compared to standard longboard trucks, which have hangers that are usually about 180mm in length, not including the axles. So that would be from this part to about here. And actually here is a 180mm truck, just for comparison so you can see the difference in the hanger length. And here's a comparison of the thickness of the two trucks right here. And as you can tell, the 280mm truck on our right here is way thicker, which is ideal for enhanced performances and durability, which is perfect for wanting to travel at higher speeds and with larger setups. For our 280mm trucks, we implement a 45D and a 25D base plate split setup with a perfected bushing setup which provides more stability for high speeds, easier turnability, and predictable riding. Alright, so everything laid out right here is all of the parts for our set of trucks that we're going to be building. And right here on the right side are all the parts for one of our trucks, which is going to be the front truck, which will get this 45D base plate with a extended axle, one for each end of the truck hanger. And we will also be including this pivot cup in the base plate right here, along with this kingpin bolt right here with this kingpin lock nut. And then we will also have these two washers right here that go along with these corresponding 90A bushings. So right here we have a cup washer for this 90A cannon bushing, and then we have this flat washer for this 90A fat cone bushing. And right here on this side, this is pretty much all the same stuff as this side we just talked about right here, but we're going to be using a 25D base plate over here, and this is going to be our back truck. And the only difference from these parts are going to be this one bushing right here, which is going to be a 90A chubby bushing. Next, I will show you guys how to assemble each truck step by step. Okay, so first we're going to be setting up our front truck with this 45D base plate. The first thing we want to do is take our pivot cup right here and put this into the pivot cup hole on our base plate, and just give that a nice firm press to get it locked in there like that. And this white residue will come off the pivot cup a little bit. That's totally normal. The next thing we want to do is take our kingpin bolt and insert this through the back side of our base plate right here like so. And an important thing to remember is that while inserting this, you want to keep one tip of this in center in the middle, because this will allow the sides right here to evenly pass through this portion right here. Because if you try to put it in crooked like this without the tip pointing forward north, this won't slide through because the sides right here are blocking it. So just want to make sure this is straight like so when pushing in. And the next thing we want to do is put our flat washer in against this black part of the base plate. Now that my flat washer is on, the next thing I can follow up with is my 90A fat cone bushing right here. And it's very important to remember that the sharp side of this, which is this side right here, goes inwards towards the washer, because you want this soft rounded side facing inwards into the truck to allow maximum movement. So this will go on like this. And then the next thing to put on is our truck hanger itself. And you'll just have to shimmy this in to the pivot cup. Then you can press your truck hanger down into your pivot cup, and you want to make sure that you have it pushed down enough to where this kingpin bolt is evenly centered with this hole of your truck hanger right here, so that this can pass through easily. So after this is all done, you just want to force this bolt back out if it got pushed back out while pushing all this together. So you want to again make sure that this is facing completely north and straight right here, so it pushes in evenly. And there we go. your kingpin bolt is gonna stick out like this, but that's totally normal. So the next thing that we have to do is put our 90A cannon bushing into our truck hanger right here. So again, just like the other bushing, the sharp side, as you can tell right here, this is going to be facing outwards, away from the truck. So the soft side goes against inwards to the truck for turning, just like the other side. So we'll pop this bad boy in right here and make sure it's nice and seated in. And you just want to double check and make sure that one face of your bushing isn't popping out and that it's perfectly rested into your slots in your truck hanger right here. And after you've confirmed that, the next thing that you can do is put your washer on for your cannon bushing, and then follow this up with your kingpin lock nut. And then the next thing you'll want to do is tighten this with the skate tool. As you're tightening this bolt with the skate tool, you might notice that it's pulling this kingpin bolt in the back towards closer to the end of the base plate right here. And this is just gonna do that because everything is tightening together. So you just want to tighten this truck until this bolt gets flush against the face of the base plate right here, because if you loosen it and then you try to turn this truck, that slack that is in between the bolt right here and the base plate is gonna create all that wobbling when you're riding. So you just want to tighten it enough to where there's no slack, like so. The last thing you need to do to assemble your trucks fully is install these axles into your trucks. And like you can see in our other tutorial video, you just want to shake up your bottle of Loctite right here and then pour a little bit of Loctite down the sides of your truck hanger right here inside the hole, and then put a few strips on a few faces of this threaded part of the axle, and then you just want to twist this in here. So after you would fully thread this axle all the way into your truck hanger right here with all of your thread lock applied, you'd want to tighten this with some vice grips or some pliers or something like that. And then you'd want to wait for the Loctite to set and dry for about 24 to 48 hours before riding. Here's what our front truck will look like with the 45D base plate. And next I will show you how to set up the back truck with the 25D base plate. All right, so here's everything we need for the back truck. Here's the 25D base plate, and everything else is gonna be pretty much the same except for this bushing right here, which is going to be our 90A chubby bushing. So just like before, we're gonna put our pivot cup into the pivot cup hole right here. Then we're gonna enter our kingpin bolt through the back side right here. Then next we can follow up with our flat washer. And then after this, we're gonna put our 90A chubby bushing on. And just like before, we're gonna want the sharp side of this facing away from the truck. So the softer side is gonna be pressed inwards toward the truck. So put this in next. And then next we can put in our truck hanger. Once you have your truck hanger seated in, you want to make sure that your kingpin bolt, one of the sides is facing straight up like before, like so. And then you want to push this kingpin bolt out a little bit so you have enough room to slip your cannon bushing on. And then you just want to pop this bad boy on and push this up a little if it came back down. All right, so like before, you just want to check if any of your bushing is poking out on the sides. Maybe it didn't get fully rested into the seating, but it looks like we are good to go to secure everything together. So what we do next is put our cup washer on for this bushing, and then follow this up with our kingpin lock nut. And then, just like before, we'll tighten this up with our skate tool. Then last but not least, the last thing you'd want to do is install your axles into your truck hangers using your Loctite. And you can see how to do this in our other tutorial video. So here we have both of our front and back trucks fully assembled. Hopefully you guys like this tutorial, and hopefully you'll subscribe and like so you can see some more DIY electric skateboard tutorials coming soon. Also leave a comment down below if you'd like to see a specific tutorial. Thanks.